Anna. I'm going to take a tour of my village that I created. So, this is where you port in, and this is the back end of the village. So let's just take a walk. This is a food truck. You look inside, got workers making food, and people can come and get their food at the windows. And they can even sit down and have a meal. This is a farmer's market where you can get herbs and grains, veggies, fruits. This is a hostel, and as you can see, one of the residents is standing up there on the ledge where he shouldn't be. The NPCs that you acquire in the game don't follow instructions. And we'll just take a peek up here. A balcony, a bathroom. And if the graphics look a little wonky and fuzzy during movement transition, it's intentional. I had to reduce settings to the greatest degree because of the performance problems I'm having in the game. I'm in contact with a developer, and they're trying to work with me on resolving the situation. I've tried their steps, didn't work. So I sent them my files, and now it's up to them to analyze and get back to me. So in the meantime, I've had to reduce the settings, and so sometimes my graphics look a little fuzzy. And this is just, and again, these are all NPCs, and I don't know why they're down here. But here's what it is. As for the water down here, my gameplay keeps flooding from the water feature add-on. Another developer issue. But
Hello.
I just made the best of it and added some plants and rocks and some fish and just kept it the way it is. This is an alchemy store. And we'll go inside. This is where you can shop for potions and lotions and things related to alchemy. And there's two entrances, one on this side and one on this side. A statue. The trees are unmanageable. They just grow and grow and they cover everything, so I always have to cut them down. I'm trying different trees to keep that from happening. This is a cafe with outdoor dining. And you enter here. There's a coffee bar with some tables and some bar stools. This is where you can get your coffee made. And over here, we got a hostess. And where the meals are cooked, you can also interact and make meals here. These are active crafting stations. And here's the outdoor seating where you can dine and see the village. Everything was handmade in this village. This was an open piece of land. And over time, while playing the game, as things were acquired and achieved, I proceeded to build this village and add on to it over time. Here's a meat and fish market. We have employees back there cutting things up. Outdoor storage, the item, so you can shop. Also, the cafe over here has understorage in the basement. And then this is the barber shop over here. And this is intentional. I didn't want everything to look perfect, so I kind of roughed up a few areas in town to make it look like it's been damaged through battle or worn over time. This is the barber shop. You can come and get your hair done or get a shave, get your hair washed, sit and wait, read a book, shop. And each NPC has their own residence in their own building. So this is the barber's upstairs residence. And this is the blessing stone. And then over here is the alchemy building. And also we have the alchemy assistant, some trophies. And then upstairs is the crafting area, where you can use the crafting stations to make your potions and things with storage. And then this is the bedroom for the alchemist and the assistant. And they have a bathroom. And let's see. Over here, we have the collector's environment. And so here's your crafting station for the collector and his assistant. And then here's their bathroom. Their meeting area.
Hi.
Oh, and their bedroom. So the NPCs, they get stuck in places they're not supposed to go. They hard to manage. So I just quit trying. And let's go here. Let's take a walk down this road. This is just a guest house. Just gonna assign an NPC to it. Then I have them. It's just a little small house. And this is a hunter's house. And this is where all the crafting stations that pertain to textiling are located. Weaving, spinning, and then we go upstairs.
Hello.
And there's the bedroom for both the hunter and the assistant. And this is where you can color your outfits. You can't color your main gear, but if you use a costume, you can change the coloring for that. I don't care for the costumes so much. And then over here is the bard's house. And this is the musician. And they have their own space for their instruments on the wall. Again, a portal. Before we go up the other side, let's take a look at the farmer's house. So this is the farmer's house. And they're walking around the porch that goes all the way around the house. And here we have interior, cozy living room and reading area for the farmer and her assistant, and our kitchen. and bathroom. And then if we go upstairs, there's a loft bedroom for the farmer and the assistant. And they can look out the window and see the town. Or they can look out this window and look over at the enshrouded area. Out back, got a nice little cozy porch and the farming area. Crops planted and seed beds. And over yonder is part of the map. Then the cloudy area is the enshrouded section. Look down below. This is an open world game. Lots of questing, lots of things to do. I pretty much completed most of it, waiting on it to release out of early access this year and add in additional content. This is the blacksmith. All the crafting stations pertaining to blacksmithing. The blacksmith's bedroom and his assistant's bedroom. And there's the assistant in the wall. Oh joy. And they have a balcony. We'll jump over it. This is the carpenter's building. Everything pertaining to carpentry is in here. And you've been seeing some dog beds in the houses here and there, or cat beds. So you can put animals in here. But they don't behave either. They're just like the NPCs. They end up in places they're not supposed to be. So I've kind of given up on managing that too. And the carpenter's bedroom and the bed for his assistant. There are really neat interacting tools that you can place in your buildings and structures. And that's it for this part of the village. Let's take a walk back here. And we'll go to the left. This is a crypt shrine. This is where all dead nobles and knights and kings and queens and family members are rested. And that's crypts and tombstones, even some urns for those that were cremated. This I have to remove part of a wall in the basement. I really wish that stuff wouldn't protrude through the walls and floors. There's other games that I've played where when you install a wall or something on a particular level, it doesn't interfere with the next level. I don't know if there's any plans to fix that, but it is annoying. And this is meeting room. Maybe this is where you come pay your respects. Got king and queen seating over there. And then this goes all the way up. There's some additional decor here and there, but not really a whole lot. It's just one of those stoner moments where I just kept building and building and building. Nothing up here on the roof. I thought about it, but I decided against it. And that right there with green lights, That's my personal Costco. So let's jump and fly down. Oh, I went too far. Alright, well, we'll just walk over here and jump down. Alright, so why did I make a personal Costco? Well, it started with needing a place to put all the storage, things that I've collected. And I also needed a way to see materials, building materials. So I wanted them displayed. So when I go and I look for what it is that I want to build, I can see what the materials look like when I'm choosing them. The display of materials is not my original concept. There's another player that created a depot where people can go and get resources. I kind of copied it as far as the displaying of the materials, but I didn't do it exactly the way they had it. I kind of added my own flair a little bit here and there. But these are all the different building materials, and they're displayed in such a way with lighting included, so I can actually see what the ceiling's gonna look like, what the floor is gonna look like, and the walls. So this kind of helps me to decide when I've got a building idea in mind what things are gonna look like, rather than grab a bunch of stuff and display it on the build site and then not like it. Tear it down, come back and pick something else. At least this way, if I know I want something that looks like a bamboo hut in the woods of an island, I know that I would want to pick something like this. Or maybe I want something castle looking, so I might choose this. Or this. So, again, not my original concept, but I did see it elsewhere and used the idea to create my own. This is for co-op play when I play with other people. My co-op partner, Katie. You want to just dump your stuff in here, and then I'll go ahead and organize it later. This is more material display, more walls, but we also have roofs too. And this one goes all the way around because there wasn't that much room on the second floor, and I didn't want to carry this to this third floor. So I took this all the way around back. And also, if I just had kept the roof materials on one or the other side, I was still left with one roofing material left. So I just created this to go all the way around. But you can see there's a lot of materials to build with. It's like the developers gave us every material they've used in the world of the game and allowed us to have it. You can climb these ladders, or you can use the grappling hook. And then this is just a display area of the different things I've been able to collect and make. And then all the way around it are storage, all organized. You know, we've got weapons, then we've got gear, light, medium, and heavy. And then we've got other incidentals and things that you need for the game. This is all building construction stuff and furnishings and storage. It's all labeled in case anyone else plays with me and they need something. And then this over here is farmable materials. Everything that you pick up along the way in the game. You know, different materials that you might need for recipes or for quests, building, and so on. And that's my personal Costco. These are trophies awarded from completing dungeons. And there's one more area to look at. I created this as my own village. There are villages in the game where most of them are abandoned, possessed by enemies, and some of them are very deteriorated. I just kind of wanted to make my own village, but when doing so, I used different materials for each structure because I wanted to show what those materials look like when you use them in builds. And this is a guest house. My co-play partner currently has possession of it, but if she decided not to ever play this game again, whoever else played with me can occupy this building for themselves. And they have cooking, crafting workbench, storage, their own pet, bed, their own meat, and so on. So this is really kind of like an Airbnb for someone that plays with me. And bonfires, sit around and enjoy beekeeping. A pond with fish. You can actually fish with your fishing pole. A well to get water for yourself and your crops. And that's it. That is my Enshrouded Village. It is still a work in progress. I have more to do, but I'm pretty pleased with how it's looking for the moment. Thank you for sharing the tour. And hopefully if you are new to playing Enshrouded or are still playing, this gives you some ideas of how creative you can get. There are so many other better builds out there that I've seen. So definitely check out YouTube or even the Discord to see what people have created and done. But for me, this is my home-based village, and I'm pretty happy with it. Thanks for joining me on the tour. Have a great day, all.